Hello and welcome to another video. I'm so excited to be chatting with you today. I've got our new-ish, adorable dog with us. Her name is Maggie. I don't know if you can see her, but this is her adorable squishy face. She's so cute. She is an 8-month-old Bernese Mountain Dog that we got to adopt, that we are in love with. So I am so excited to be talking with you because I'm going to talk today a lot about nutrition, about fertility or pregnancy, nutrition, and what that has looked like for me. I've kind of been MIA because I've been really sick and pregnant, and I'm just now able to make videos. So I'm just getting back to things, and I'm really excited to do so. I feel like I've learned a lot about nutrition over the last year, really, but especially over this time of pregnancy. I will be 18 weeks tomorrow, so it's been, how many months is that? Is that 4 months? Oh wow, I'm in my 5th month of pregnancy, so I'm like 4 months plus a week or two. I am so excited to talk about this. I'm very passionate about nutrition and about what we need when we are trying to conceive or when we are sustaining a pregnancy. There are so many different sources of information out there, and this is definitely not like medical advice at all. I just wanted to share what I have been kind of getting my information from, what sources I've been getting my information on from, and what I've been eating, what has been making me feel really good. And so I think first things first is I will just talk about some of the resources that I have been using throughout my pregnancy and even before my pregnancy to learn a bit more about fetal development and fetal health, just what a baby needs and what a mom needs as pregnancy is happening, or even before, as you're trying to conceive. The first book that I absolutely love is Real Food for Pregnancy by Lily Nichols. That is one of my favorite books I have ever read. It is so good. She has so much information on there, evidence-based information, different studies. She has all the numbers and all the reasonings of why things are important to eat and have in your diet when you're pregnant, and that has been a great resource for me. I also have really loved the Nourishing Traditions book of baby and child care by Sally Fallon and Thomas Cohen, and that has been really informational, really great. Both of these books give you meal ideas, different sources of information. I would say the Nourishing Traditions book probably gives you more information on how to care for a baby, you know, once you have a baby, how to care for a child, how to nourish a child, different things on vaccinations, and just, it kind of goes over everything, whereas the Real Food for Pregnancy book talks more about nutrition. That's basically like the premise of the whole book. So I think the combination of both of those have been really wonderful. Yeah, I just am gonna start going over kind of the foods that I've been trying to focus on. I will say in the first trimester, I was incredibly ill and could not eat how I wanted to eat. I still focused on eating a lot of protein every single day because that was one of the only things that made me feel good, eating a good amount of protein. If I didn't have protein, I was gonna get sick or just feel awful all day. So I definitely tried to focus on protein, but I was not making things homemade a lot. I was getting stuff out at the store or getting like Thai food to go, or having my husband make me something. It was really rough. But I was able to still get in an adequate amount of protein, and I was still able to take my prenatal. I don't wanna rely on vitamins to provide the nutrients that my body needs, but it was what I needed to do at the time. So if you can't eat all those things, it's okay. God is still in control of your child, who your child will become, and all of those things. So you don't need to be worried or be anxious. Obviously, we need to do the best we can to be good stewards and eat well and inform ourselves the best that we can, but there is also an element of things that are outside of your control, especially when you are so sick and everything either makes you throw up or, you know, just feel queasy and horrible all day long. So there's grace for that. Anyways, I really tried before conception to focus on raw and fermented dairy products. I feel like prior to conceiving, I feel like raw milk has been something that has greatly impacted my health. In general, I used to have a lot of IBS symptoms, and I feel like raw milk has been one of the things that has really helped with that. So I focused on that, and there's a lot of anti-inflammatory properties, probiotics, good fats, vitamins A, D, E, K, and B, and iodine in raw and fermented full fat dairy products, and that's something great to incorporate into your diet. I eat as much of it as I can, and I absolutely love it. I ate yogurt every single morning in the first trimester when I felt super sick, and it was one of the only things I could eat, and it was fantastic. I also focused a lot on meat in general. I tried to eat as much pasture-raised, grass-fed meat as I possibly could, and my husband hunts, so we had a lot of venison, a lot of red meat for a good source of iron, a lot of those things, and also try to include organ meats, especially liver. I do try to make sure the liver is from pasture-raised, grass-fed, grass-finished animals. That is more important when it comes to eating things like the liver. Eating conventional meat is still better than no meat at all. So I just did the best that I could with that. I try to do the best that I can with that and eat that twice a day minimum. And that has really helped with my protein levels. It's helped with iron, omega-3 fatty acids, vitamins A and E, and it's rich in antioxidants. I have this written down, so that's why I'm looking down. Also really tried to include wild-caught seafood. This has been a rough one in my pregnancy. Sometimes I've been able to eat it, sometimes not. And I won't tell you the details, but I did get sick off of some sort of seafood, and it is now very difficult to eat, which is unfortunate, but seafood is awesome for omega-3 fatty acids, for protein, for fat. It's just so good for you. I am able to eat sushi. That is one thing that just sounds so good to me and is so delicious. Something about the cold sushi has been really yummy. Obviously, you can decide for yourself if you're comfortable eating that or not. But I feel really good when I eat sushi, so that has been great. I try to eat fermented and sprouted grains, especially with sourdough bread. It's so much easier for my body to digest. Now, in the first trimester, I wasn't always eating sourdough. Like, sometimes all I could eat was like the white bread from the grocery store. But now that I can eat more foods in my second trimester, I eat our homemade sourdough. I usually try to make it with einkorn flour, but whatever kind of sourdough you're making or getting from a place where it's homemade is going to be 10 times better than store-bought bread. Sprouted grains are easy to digest, so I've been trying to do that. Definitely trying to do a lot of bone broth. Bone broth is so important for collagen and gelatin and for your skin and tissues in your body to be flexible almost and to help you recover after birth. So I focus a lot on bone broths. Lately, I haven't been getting in as much as I should, but I need to up my game there because I can just sip it in a mug. Right now I have decaf coffee, but I can sip it in a mug. I can make soup with it. I can cook rice in it. It's so good, so versatile and delicious. Also has a good amount of magnesium. So there's a lot of minerals that are drawn out of the bones that are really good for you. I also have been trying to eat fermented vegetables and condiments. Yum. Sauerkraut, pickles, anything like that has been really, really yummy. I love those things. And the probiotics. Digestion in pregnancy has been not the best. So eating probiotics every day has been the absolute best thing. Oh, and actually this is number one that I have eaten throughout pregnancy is eggs. In my first trimester, everything sounded disgusting, but I could get down eggs if they were cooked in a specific way, and eggs have choline, they have protein, DHA, vitamin A, E, D, and K. They're so good for you. I try to eat 3 eggs a day. It's such a great source of protein that's a lot cheaper than getting meat. I try to eat pasture-raised eggs or buy them locally just because the nutrients in the eggs are more potent, like there's more of them, but even conventional eggs have a lot of great nutritious qualities to them. So I would still eat conventional eggs if I couldn't get pasture-raised eggs. And then I also focused a lot on high quality fats like pasture-raised butter, lard, tallow, olive oil, coconut oil, and avocado oil, and leafy greens like kale, and fiber-rich fruits and vegetables, which is also very helpful in pregnancy, because if you know, you know. So, and I couldn't eat a single vegetable in the first trimester unless it was like cooked into something. So I did also buy freeze-dried kale powder to just try to incorporate that where I could, because I knew I wasn't getting enough greens. That's overall what I've been trying to consume in my pregnancy and what I really had my diet looking like before pregnancy. And I feel like it has helped me a lot, and I'm hopeful that it will help in postpartum as well. And I wanted to share some meal ideas with you as well, so that you can kind of have those to reference or put in your back pocket for when you don't know what to make and you just need a good idea. Oh, protein powder can also be really helpful if you feel like you're not getting enough protein in. But a few things that I love to make is a homemade quiche. Delicious. You can buy store-bought crust. The Trader Joe's pie crust is made with butter and not vegetable oil. It's a great pie crust. You can add lots of really good heavy cream and eggs. You can put cheese in there. I like to do sausage and sweet potato with herbs. Delicious. One of my favorite breakfasts ever. I eat it all the time. Yogurt parfait is amazing with frozen blueberries. Homemade granola, so good. And I also make a homemade granola that I like to eat with bananas and raw milk. So those are some breakfasts and snacks that are really yummy that I love. And then for lunch, we really love doing like a chili or a soup and just having that on hand and having that at lunchtime. I have made some salmon patties that are really yummy that I just keep in the freezer and microwave during lunch. And I might pair that with sauerkraut and avocado and incorporate some like seaweed into that, because that's really great for you as well in pregnancy. And I do a lot of smoothie, incorporating a good healthy fat into the smoothie, some vitamin C, some molasses for iron, berries. You can put protein in there, you can put flaxseed in there, chia seeds. Delicious, so good. I also made some really amazing pesto meatballs for lunches and dinners, and those were incredible to have on hand. I made them with venison and they were like, yeah, I have to make them again. I don't know why I haven't made them. Some dinner ideas is a slow cooked like roast. That is so good. There's something in there that you really need. Oh, glycine when you're pregnant, and it's great to eat before, but slow cooked tough cuts of meat. Lily Nichols talks about this a lot in her book, is so good for your body. You really need the glycine, and that's a way to get it. And it's so delicious and it's so easy. It makes for the best dinners. And then I will take that roast, we'll eat it that night, and then sometimes I can turn it into tacos. So like venison tacos, I have a peach salsa that I eat with it, avocado, some lettuce, it's endless. And then yeah, soups and stews for dinner. I just wanted to share those things with you. So that's what I've been eating. That's what I've been enjoying now that I can finally eat. If you have any meal ideas, I would love to hear your meal ideas. I love hearing other people's meal ideas. I even saw this drink on Instagram that I've been making that's so good with oranges and coconut water and all that stuff. So I would love to hear that. And then I also am working on a fertility and food menu guide that kind of goes over all the different things that I've been eating and loving in my pregnancy and preconception. It just goes over all the foods that I've been loving and incorporating into my diet, why I'm incorporating them into my diet, and then a lot of meal ideas, which I love putting together. So if that's something that you are interested in, you can go ahead and email me at the email below in the description, and I will talk to you about that. So anywho, I'm super excited to see how the rest of this pregnancy goes. Let me know if you have questions. I would love to talk about more things, and I will see you so soon.